Evening, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and distinguished Toastmasters. Welcome you all for the Fujira Toastmasters Club meeting number 417. I am Toastmaster Pattabhiraman, your Sergeant at Arms for this meeting today. Toastmasters International has 4 values: respect, integrity, service, and excellence. Before moving further, I would like to remind you all the club mission. Can anybody remember?
Yes.
Can you help me to read out the club mission?
We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are develop their communication and leadership skills and develop their personal growth.
Okay, absolutely. Give him a big round of applause to our president. Yeah, exactly, because he remembers by heart. That's a great thing to do as a Toastmaster. So I will repeat again, our club mission, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skill, resulting in a greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we proceed meeting, kindly note that we have to respect the sentiments of the region. We don't talk about taboo topics, that is religion, sex, and politics. I also like to request you all to mute your mic throughout the meeting unless you are invited to make a speech. If you are If your camera is on, please refrain from unnecessary movements which could be distraction to the speakers or anyone else in the room. With that, I would like to call up our Fujira Toastmasters president, who is very young, energetic, and very enthusiastic, captain of our ship of Fujira Toastmaster Club, the man who worked very hard and achieved a lot of things over the last year, and he is excited to hand over his role to the next president, who is none other than our Mahendran Tamilmani. Please help me to welcome our Toastmaster, our President Mahendran. Over to you, President Mahendran.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pattabhiraman, Sergeant Arms of today's meeting. And I really thank my heart to take up the role immediately in the presence of our Sergeant Arms. Thank you once again. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Welcome to Fujira Toastmasters Club 417th meeting. Before going to our today's meeting, I would like to call our guest to introduce themselves to know each other. So first, I would like to call Mr. Saud Khan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Saud Khan. I'm the manager HR working here in Audex Fujairah. I've been living and working over here in UAE since last 13 years. Born and brought up in India. My main motive to join Toastmaster is to develop communication skill, leadership skills. I was quite interested 2 years back. Earlier, I tried contacting, but somehow due to my busy schedule, I could not proceed. So this time, again, I thought of proceeding on this matter. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Saud Khan, showing interest to join in Fujira Toastmasters Club. Nevertheless, still you have a time, you can join and cherish and nourish your skills.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Babu Hasim.
Hi, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I really didn't expect that I will be getting invited for introducing myself, since I have been introducing myself as a 6th time. Yes. I believe so. Most of you all aware of me, but I still, for the newcomers, I introduce myself, and this is Babu Hashim, working as a senior electrical project engineer. Basically, I'm an automation engineer, and here I'm working in UAE around 3 years. Basically, I'm from India, south part of the India, which is called Chennai. And here, I'm here to enhance my knowledge level, by actually when I first time I attend the as a guest, the mission and the vision of the Toastmaster was very clear. So the first impression is the best impression. So I got impressed to to develop my skills and the communication skills, and I started to participate in the every week.
Good.
That's all.
Good.
Thank you.
I wish you are already signed the application and start your Toastmaster carry, I believe. So welcome to Toastmasters Club. It's a family, so enjoy the day today's session. So Miss Nirjara, could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, good evening. This is Nirjara Pista. I'm from Nepal and I'm working in Odex as a receptionist. And technically, I'm a lab technician, but working as a receptionist. So my aim to join this Toastmaster is just to enhance and develop my communication skill. And thank you. That's it.
Thank you so much. You are so bold. You are a natural speaker, seems to be. So please stay with us and enjoy the today's session. I wish that you will continue in our Toastmasters journey.
Thank you so much. Let's see.
So the next is Mr. Satish Vempali.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi, good evening, all.
Good evening.
My name is Satish, and I'm working in Gulf International Trading Company in Dubai. I'm working in Fujairah area as a BD, Business Development Executive. I joined this club to explore myself and learn the communication skills and leadership skills.
Great. Great. I feel that this is the right platform for you to join and nourish your skills. Please stay tuned with us and enjoy today's session. Definitely, you will get a lot of takeaways of today's session.
Okay, thank you. Sure.
And guest Zainab Tamimi.
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening. I'm Zainab. I'm from Dreams Toastmasters Club. I saw the flyer and the TMOD presenting and about something that I've heard recently. I wanted to learn more about, so just thought of dropping by and getting to learn something new today.
Oh, great. Welcome Toastmaster Zainab Tamimi. Definitely, there will be a lot of takeaway today's session. Even we are eager to hear from our TMOD. At the top, the theme is a wonderful theme. So, again, myself, I'm waiting for to take away here. Thank you. Stay with us and enjoy the show today. Did I miss anyone? Please come forward. Yes.
Then Mr.
President, we
Abhijit
have
Rai.
Abhijit Rai is there
Abhijit.
joining from Mumbai.
Amjit?
Abhijit Rai.
Abhijit Roy. Yes.
He is our trainer.
Abhijit Roy.
Our trainer, yes.
Hi everyone, good evening.
Good evening.
I guess members of Future Toastmasters have really not forgotten me. It's really been long that I have not been visiting because of some personal and professional commitments. But it's like great to be back, feels home once again after a really long time. And I just came back home, sort of just looked at Arif's message on the group and just logged in to spend some time and then come back and replenish those old days when I used to be under that lockdown mode. And thanks for having me and enjoy your evening and good luck for the meeting.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhijit Rai, for your presence in today's meeting. Wish your
Ashwini
presence
also.
in our meeting. Thank you. So moving back to our business session today. Before I start my session, as a president, a call to orders. Today's 417th meeting is on. First, we have requested all the members, including senior Toastmasters, to send their articles for the yearly newsletter. We are going to release the newsletter by this month, end of this month. We are hardly working on it, and we'll be let you know when the date will be. So this will be part of the installation ceremony for the new XCOM team also. As I said, the new XCOM team, we have a huge changes in the XCOM team due to the uncertainty in their role, and they were withdrawn their nomination. So we look forward, and we have suggested 2 nominations from our side. For the VP membership, we have Toastmaster Shushanto, and for the secretary, Toastmaster Rafik. So if you have any objection, please let me know. Any objection? I want someone to pass the motion.
No objection from anyone. We can move on.
I, Toastmaster Harivaragan, current VP Education, pass the motion.
Need someone second.
I second.
That voting.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I congratulate, my hearty congratulations to the new team. I wish you all the best. And special thanks to Toastmaster Shushanto and Toastmaster Rafik to take up the challenge. Thank you once again. Moving further, today we have a wonderful session, I believe. You could see that a lot of guests are arrived to hear more about the theme. The theme is Ikigai. Even personally, I would like to more about. Though I read the book twice, still I want to hear from a special Toastmaster who is doctor by profession, and whenever she appears in the screen, there is impact. He has a brass voice, I could say. She took any role that she does, what we could say that the truth. So it's none other than our Toastmaster Firdaus Fatima. I would like to call Firdaus Fatima on the screen, please. Toastmaster Firdaus Fatima, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Mr. President, for that warm and wonderful welcome. It definitely has boosted my energy to continue my role today. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very warm welcome to all of you for yet another exciting meeting of Fujairah Toastmasters Club. And it's my absolute pleasure and privilege to be your TMOD for today. Now, how many of you have heard of Ikigai, the word Ikigai? I'm sure many of you would have found out after the theme was announced, because I usually do that too. Well, Ikigai, it just means the reason for our being. Simply put, it means also a mission statement for our life. It's also a book by Hector Garcia and Francis Miller, and I think you should definitely read it. So this Ikigai is a Japanese word. And this Japan, it brings me back fond memories, because this was my first trip abroad during my university education. And I can tell you that Japanese people, they are polite, they are extremely hardworking, they are clean, they abide by the rules, they are innovative. And Japan itself is such an exciting country with rich culture, amazing food, it's efficient, and not to forget, it has got great economy and wonderful people. So today we are going to uncover some of their secrets to find a meaning for life, a life of purpose, and also some of the ways to enhance our way of life, I can say that. So what is Ikigai? Ikigai, basically, as I told you, it is the reason for our being. And each one of us have a unique Ikigai. And we can get this from our past experiences, our likes and dislikes, the values that we hold, our belief system, so on and so forth. Now, to make you understand this better, let me share with you a diagram. Toastmaster Arif, can you please share the screen? See, this is a simple, excuse me.
Can you able to see?
Yeah, I'm not able to see that. I'm just trying.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, okay. So this is a simple diagrammatic representation of Ikigai, the simplest that I could find. You can see that it's got 4 circles. The first one is something what you love, something that really excites you and you find joy in doing, and you can spend hours together and you don't mind spending resources on it. It could be a singing, dancing, your favorite hobby or anything that excites you and brings you joy. That is what you love. The second thing is what you are good at. These are basically your skills and strengths that you have developed over a period of time. Something which you have undergone a training probably, or had experience, or something which you have been repeatedly doing and developed a strong interest in. The third one is what the world needs. We cannot deny to be separate from our Mother Earth. We are a part of it and we owe it back. We have responsibility towards it, and this is what it speaks about exactly. And there is always a deep satisfaction giving back to the society. You can say that this is the humanitarian cause, so what the world needs. Some of you may be interested to help the needy and the poor. Some of them might like to help the orphans. Some of them would like to help people impacted by natural calamities. So all these things come under what the world needs. And lastly, what you can be paid for, and that could be your profession. You know, income is important for all of us because we need for our livelihood. So what you can paid for is some service that you're providing and you are getting in turn paid for it. So basically, these are the 4 pillars of Ikigai, and you can see that they overlap with each other. So many times something which you love can also be a profession, or something which you're good at is something probably what the world needs. So basically, that's what I said, that it's a culmination of all these 4 things is the Ikigai. And it's not very easy to find Ikigai. Maybe you need to ask several personal questions to be able to arrive at Ikigai. And I'm sure that if you would spend considerable time looking at your interest in all these 4 areas, you can definitely arrive at it. There is more Japanese wisdom to follow, but now it's time to move on to our next segment. So for the benefit of the guests, I would like to explain that this meeting is divided into 3 segments. The first one is the project speeches, where the members will present their project speeches. The second one is the table topic session, where the members and even the guests can participate and speak on a topic that they will choose. And lastly, we have the evaluation round, where the general evaluator and his team is going to evaluate the performance of all the duties and also the project speeches. Now it's time to introduce some special team players. The first one I'm going to call is that somebody who is going to watch us all the time and make sure that we are making a valuable use of our time. And if we are not careful, he might show us the red light. And it's none other than the timer. Our timer today is our VP membership, and he is also currently elected as the Sergeant at Arms for the next term. And he's a manager working at Fujairah Oil Terminal. And he's none other than our energetic Toastmaster, Patabi Raman. Can you please share the rules?
Toastmaster Patabi, you are muted.
Oh, thanks for inviting me. Good evening, everybody, again. Thank you very much for this wonderful introduction, Toastmaster Firdaus, TMOD of the day. It's a very exciting session, I believe. Started with a lot of good information. Without much time, I will just introduce my role as a timer. I will keep an eye on the timing of every individual, how much time they take. So I will also alert each speaker what's the time they left using the green, yellow, and red cards. So basically, I'm going to change my background. You can pin before you start the speech so that you will be notified as and when the color changes. So for the benefit of the new members, the table topic speakers will take not more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1.5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. And for the icebreaker speech, today we have a icebreaker session. So she will take not more than 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, I will raise the green card, and 5 minutes the yellow background, and with the 6 minutes, I will raise the red background. And other project speakers, they will not take not more than 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will change the background to green. At 6 minutes, yellow, and 7 minutes, the red. And individual evaluators will take not more than 3 minutes overall. At 2 minutes, I will change the background to green, and 2.5 minutes, I will change the background to yellow, and at 3 minutes, I will raise to red. Having said, and each one of the speakers will be allowed a grace period of 30 minutes. So you should never exceed this grace period, otherwise you will be disqualified. That's all as the timer roll. Over to you, TMOD. We are already running behind, so we can catch up in the phase of our meeting. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Patabi. Okay, next on stage, I will be calling the word master. After all, we express through vocabulary and we comprehend our world through words. So adding one more to our intellect is our dynamic Toastmaster, Sushanto, who is an operation manager working for Permapipe. So please welcome Toastmaster Sushanto.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. And good evening, my fellow Toastmaster, President, and guest. Myself, Sushanto Boirage, I will be performing a word master for today. Just for the benefit of the guest, why we need the word. The word is the power of your speech. Word is the power of your image. When you will be talking to your colleagues, you'll be presenting something to your boss. Choosing a right word give you an extra cutting edge compared to others. So today I'm going to introduce one word that is, can you see my screen?
No.
No.
Not really.
Can you give me the access so that I can share the screen?
Your co-host, Toastmaster Sushanto, you can do it.
You can.
I'm trying to do that.
Otherwise, you can send to me in chat. I will try to share.
Okay, without losing time, I just want to introduce that today we'll have a very simple word that is slay, S-L-A-Y. I'm saying again, slay. The meaning of the word, kill, murder. But today we'll have an interesting part of it. I want to share the positive part of this word, how you can use this word in a positive part. There is another meaning of this word slay, greatly impress, amuse, wow, something really nice. So in that you can use this word slay. I will give you one example. In the movie, finally, the dragon was slayed by the fighter. So this is the very straightforward meaning of this word. Now, I want to encourage everyone to use another part of it where you can say the teamwork really slayed the new boss. Or you can say that was a slayed performance. Or you can say she is in slaying outfit today. I know it will be challenging for our prepared speech master. However, I want to hear from everyone to use this word, and especially I'll be really impressed, or I can say I will be slayed if Toastmaster Arivagaran and Toastmaster June can use this word in their prepared speech. Over to Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Word Master. I think you slayed it.
Thank you.
So next we have a grammarian who's coming to slay us. He's going to pay attention to our usage of grammar, and at the end, he's going to enhance our performance by suggesting a lot of improvements. So please kindly pay attention. He's none other than our grammarian Toastmaster Ismail. He's recently elected as the VPPR. He is a passionate Toastmaster and a learner, and he works as a manager at, he's an energy professional working for oil and gas terminal. So please welcome Toastmaster Ismail. Over to you.
Good evening, TMOD, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I'm Ismail Sultan, and I will be grammarian and accounter for today's meeting. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any improper language, as well as any outstanding use of words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. My second role would be as a counter. The purpose of our counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase repeatedly, such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will present grammarian and our counters report. I hope our speakers today will slay their speeches. So all the best. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ismail. Now it's time to welcome our speakers. And our first speaker today, she is a new member. And I'm not going to give more introduction to her because this is going to be her icebreaker speech and she's going to self-introduce. But all I can tell you is that she is very much interested in developing her communication skills, and her dream is to become a leader. And I think she is in the right place. And I request, and it's none other than our Toastmaster Mayzoon. And I request her evaluator, our cheerful Toastmaster Reshmi, to kindly read the objectives of her speech.
Thank you, TMOD, for your kind words. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and a special good evening to Toastmaster Mayzoon in particular. Your first speech, today you are going to deliver your icebreaker speech, and the purpose of your speech is, the purpose of this project is for the members to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. And your allotted time is 4 to 6 minutes. I wish you all the very best to slay your starting trouble in your public speech, and all the very best, Toastmaster Mayzoon. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Toastmaster Zoon with strength in the experience of pain. Strength in the experience of pain, Toastmaster Zoon. Over to you.
Thank you, TMOD. Right. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, dear Modi, for the introduction. And good evening, our fellow Toastmaster and guests. It will be an opportunity for me to introduce myself to all of you. And thank you for coming today. For those who don't know me, I'm Mason. And my colleagues and my friends used to call me one day hear my name like Miss Calendar, because my name contain combinations of two months, May and June. So they used to call me Miss Calendar, Miss Calendar. And I'm originally from the Myanmar. Also, if people know as the Golden Land because of its glittering pagoda, you can see everywhere the pagoda. Because all the temple and all the temple vendors or uses of gold leaves and it shrinks. And I am here today in hope that this particular experience will make me a better person tomorrow. My profession is an electrical engineer, and I'm working in one of the reputed EPC companies as an electrical and cost control engineer. I have been living here in UAE for 3 years now. As a Toastmaster, my goal is to have a better communication skill, to take on more initiatives, develop self-discipline, to overcome the challenge, and see myself grow from them, and keep persistent and focused. Ultimately, my dream is to become a leader. I want to share about my first experience, which made me more stronger. Today, how I became. It was a memorable moment in my life, which made me grow and become a stronger person. That pushed me out of my comfort zone. In one of the company in which I work in Myanmar as an M&E engineer, my boss never appreciates and respect me, even though I work harder than everyone else in that company. He always think negative, and he only misunderstood me, even though I work hard. But as a benefit, I got the chance. I meet the one of my role model who will become who will be as a role model for my career. He's working there as a senior project engineer, and then he guide me all the way to improve my career. So even though I face many difficulty, I learn as much as I can from my senior teacher. And after 2 years, then I feel disappointed because there is no recognition and respect for my effort from my boss. So I decided to leave the company, which make me not happy and disrespected. Then I tried to improve myself. I resigned, and then I attend the training, uh, which make me improve my career. Then finally in June 2018, I got the opportunity to come to UAE. It was extremely challenging for me to go to UAE when the time came, because I have never been out of my country. It is the first time to leave my families and my parents. Then I want to share one of my funny experience also. When I go through the flight, I was not good at English because I'm not used to speak the English. Then the air hostess was greeting me, and he's showing the way how to go, how to reach my place, how to reach my seat. But I really not understand what he's speaking to me. And then he speak me 3 times. you go this side, this side. But I tried to catch the pie. Then finally I got the pie, and then I reached to my seat. Then again mistake. I misplaced my baggage. I placed my baggage to the place where the air hostess keep their baggage. But the air hostess not talking to me, not explain me. And then later I observing the air flight. I observing the plane, and then I can feel there is a return for air hostess only. Then only I can I take my bag, and then I keep the right place. Uh, Another experience I want to share is, do you? I believe you always have a good friend in your life. I also have a very good friend in my life, especially here in UAE. I meet with my best friend. When I first arrived in the UAE, I was very terrified, but I was fortunate to have a wonderful roommate who supported me in every scenario and taught me how to deal with this difficulty. She, she was riding with me by talking English for 1 or 2 hours every day. Then only my English is getting better. And when I was away, she could not sleep those evening and stay at all night and watching me until I feel better. Uh, to be conclude, because time is getting over. To be conclude, uh, my dream is to become a successful woman in my career and personal life. When people hear my name, they will have confidence in me and want to be like me. Over to you, dear Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zone, and congratulations for finishing your first project. I think you slayed everyone with your smile. Okay, it's time for the next speaker. Our next speaker for today, he is currently serving VP and newly elected secretary. He recently bagged the Triple Crown Award and is none other than our popular Toastmaster Arif, who's a chemical engineer by profession, and he works in Fujairah Oil Terminal. Today, he will be presenting his project 1 from level 5 of leadership development pathway. And I request his evaluator, our senior Toastmaster, Pavanesh. Absolutely delighted to see you back, sir. So I kindly request you to kindly read the objectives of Toastmaster Arif's speech.
Yeah, good evening to all Toastmasters, especially good evening to Toastmaster Arif. You are doing, as mentioned by our Toast TMOD, you are doing the level 5 managing successful events series, and you are doing the P1 project. Project title is aptly managed, and your purpose statements for today's speech is: the purpose of this project is for the member to practice planning, organizing, leading, and implementing an event. And the second objective, the purpose of this speech is for the member to share his experience planning, organizing, leading, and implementing an event. Your time allowed 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you. All the best, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pavanesh. Toastmaster Arif, aptly managed. Aptly managed Toastmaster Arif. Over to you.
Planning. Plans are only intention unless they immediately degenerate into hard work. Very well said, and aptly said by Peter Drucker, a famous author and a management consultant. See, when we plan something, then we can manage something. But what is the coordination between planning and managing? My title is aptly managed, but the objective given to me is how you planned an event and then implemented it properly. That is how we normally do anything. We plan it, then we proceed according to the plan to manage the event to make it very successful. In my case, I want to share one small experience which I had when I was elected as a contest chair for a table topic annual speech contest in Area 49. Area 49 is centrally new for me. There are 5 clubs, so they invited me to do the contest chair role. When I take up the role, that's the first time I am getting into those kind of higher level of position, like managing an event kind of thing. So we put a lot of thought process. Anyone can tell if like planning is not like simply, or managing is not simply like gardening your watering your garden, right? It's not very simple. Just take it the post, plug it to the air connection and water it. Not it's not like that. Maybe you all accept with me. Until there is no clear planning, we suffer a lot. In my case, when I take up the role, there are so many things like I need to plan it first. Like how many role players are there we have, like there will be a judges will be there, there will be a counters will be there, the tally counters will be there, then there are timers, Zoom masters. So multiple roles are there which I need to coordinate efficiently. When I get the role player list, so first initially what we did, we planned what is the sequence of actions or sequence how we are going to proceed with the entire contest, like who will be the tally counters, who will be the judge, and who will be the timer, and who will be the Zoom master. Because nowadays we are doing through online platform, when there is no well clear Zoom master, then the entire session is going to be a drastic slate, right? So initially the contest is planned on March 5th, but we planned very early. We started planning very early, like begin early, be cool as a cucumber. That's what our mantra we kept that time. So we started from January. So we know the Zoom master, 3 Zoom masters we selected. We had the internal sessions, like we practiced the sessions one by one. Then in a group, we were trying how the breakout room to be open and how the breakout room to be assigned to each and every people, how to pull out the persons. Because we seen or we witnessed in other contests also, like sometimes the speaker is giving his speech. Suddenly, we can see there is the next contestant, the next tabletop speaker will be also there in the forum. So then we stopped it. So we pulled back in. So those things are giving some experience, not only my self experience, given by the mentors, by other well-wishers, they share their experience. So we tried multiple combinations, like actual scenarios we tried. And we were planning in a way such that what are the things that can go wrong, like multiples, so many permutation combinations we are trying, how and all the things go wrong. Initially, normally when we plan how it has to be done systematically, but we taken a reverse stand. We plan by knowing what are the things, the way it can go wrong. So we tried with the Zoom master couldn't open the breakout room, or he could not assign to the breakout room. That is one thing. And suddenly the judges get disconnected, or they could not continue with judging the people. Those kind of things also we tried. And even we tried with speaker. He when he is giving his speech, he got disconnected. So how we are going to retrieve it back? So how we are going to, whether we are going to stop it there, wait for the contestant to come in, or whether we are going to start with the other contestant. So those things also we tried, all based on the planning, how we done, and then we started implementing. The main thing is remain flexible, learn the ropes. That is what also one more thing we were keeping in our mind. Try to remain flexible all the time. Suppose somebody is not coming into the picture, then how we can pull other people, or how the role player can be adjusted. Because in a contest, when the role players like tally counters were not there, or tally counter could not send the details in a particular time, then that also will be losing heavily. There will be a heavy remarks for us. So those things also we were trying in a different combination. And another thing, what happened to me is, I was given the script. There is a well-defined script in Toastmasters International. So those scripts were given to me, and I was made to practice 3 times orally, like tell one time, no, there is a pronunciation error is there, kindly change it. Then again modulation, voice modulation, speaker space also, and the speech speed also, because there are so many different nationalities, from Korean to Kenyan to Indian to Iranian was also there. So they need a clear communication. When something is missing, then they could not pick it up. Mainly because of the table topic section, because I was given the role that I need to show 4 table topics to them in a closed cover. So the first table speaker will pick up the first one. The same I have to repeat to the all the 5 speakers, 5 contestants. So I need to tell very clearly in a clear space so that they can understand each and every the different nationalities also can understand the topic. So that was also given to me, practice to me. It is a different kind of experience I had, and it was went well, and finally we were able to slay the contest. Compared to evaluation session or compared to the international speech session, or even the table topic session was given as it gained the name because we tried all the different things where and all it can go wrong. So like that we managed everything, and then finally we were able to successfully complete the session, and it has been appreciated by all. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arav. I think you slayed your speech. And now, moving on, can we please have the timers report?
Actually, both the project speaker, as you rightly mentioned, they slayed the audience. So May June, she took 6 minutes and 28 seconds, whereas Toastmaster Arif took almost close to 7 minutes. That's all about the timer report as of now. But we are slightly delayed by 5 minutes, and hope we can catch up in the coming session.
Thank you, Toastmaster Patabi. Now the link will be shared in the message box. Please kindly vote for your best project speaker.
Toastmaster Firdaus, a small suggestion from my end. Since there is an icebreaker and the level 5, only 2 speeches were there. So there should be some justice. So we'll move on without.
Okay, so let's continue with the theme. Okay, moving on to the theme. So do you know that the Japanese have a unique way of handling stress? We all agree that we have a lot of stress in our lives, isn't it? We have all faced stress at some point of our lives. Do you all agree? I can't hear you all.
Yes, I agree.
That's right. Most of the time the stress is because, you know, we are always listening to what our family members tell us to do, or our friends tell us, or some strong influences tell us. Sometimes there is stress because the work life and personal life, there is no balance. Sometimes unhealthy relationships can give us stress. And when there is no external stress, but there's internal stress, because we are always, you know, thinking, maybe my life could have been better than this. It's not up to the mark that what I expect. Or we are constantly comparing lives with others. So there is no end for human desires. We always desire something or the other every time. So this fantasy of, you know, our idealized life that we are going to think that it's going to come in the future will never arrive. And in this process, we never really truly experience a deep satisfaction of life. And many times we are getting these negative thoughts and bad feelings within ourselves. So this can lead to stress. You know, the Western medicine, it tells us that whenever you have this kind of stress or you have these negative thoughts, you need to cut them and stop thinking negative, because it can lead to bad behavior or it can lead to your suffering. That's what the Western medicine tells. But the Japanese, they have a therapy which is known as a Morita therapy. And it's a very interesting therapy. And the goal of this therapy is that to let life be as it is. So according to this therapy, what they say is that, you know, negative feelings and bad thoughts, it's something normal that we experience as humans. So let it be. But what you can really control are your actions. And sometimes working on your actions, you can change your feelings. Now, to help you understand better, let me just give you an example of Toastmasters. When we joined Toastmasters, most of us have this apprehension and fear that, maybe I'm going to make a fool of myself standing in front of the public. Maybe I can't speak well. Maybe I will forget. So it's normal to have these thoughts, but as you take repeated action and as you improve by giving speeches, by taking up roles, then what happens is these feelings, they die. And then because of the actions that you took, they change into positive feelings. So that's what this Morita therapy is about. So what they say is, in life, in order to be positive and stress-free, we need to continuously take action, do things that add value to our life, and help others, add utility to other people's life. And this way we can remain stress-free. I'm completely blown away with this concept, and I'm definitely going to incorporate it into my life, and I'm sure you too will. Now it's time to move to a scintillating table topic session, which is conducted by our youngest and dynamic Toastmaster, Hussein. She is our secretary and newly elected VP, and she's currently preparing for her medical entrance. And I'm sure she's going to give you many brain-stimulating topics. So I welcome Toastmaster Hussein as our table topic master for today. I'm sure you're going to slay it. Over to you, Toastmaster Hussein.
Thank you so much, dear TMOD, and fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening. I hope all of you are ready. Going into gallery mode, I can see that my math is really terrible, but more than 75% of the cameras are switched off. I'm the table topic master, not monster. Please switch on your cameras. Even if you don't want to participate, just encourage the speakers with your smiling faces. No pressure. I'll give you time to do that. But in the meanwhile, let me explain the proceedings of this session. As the name suggests, I have a bunch of topics over here from numbers 1 to 9. You will be given the choice to choose one of them, and then you will be given 2 minutes to speak on the topic that you have been given. At 1 minute, the timer is going to show you the green light. At 1.5 minutes, you will be shown the yellow light, and at 2 minutes, you will be shown the, did I say red first? Apologies, it's 1, 1.5, and 2, and you will get the green, yellow, and red lights respectively, right? And you will be given a 30-second grace period in which you would be recommended to wrap up your speech. And before we proceed and dive into the session, I would like to remind you to please use the word of the day, which is slay. And I hope all of you slay your topics tonight. They're very easy, revolving around ordinary events in life and extraordinary imaginations. So please, who would like to go ahead and give their luck a shot? Preferably someone who is a Toastmaster. I might have to invite someone. Toastmaster Shankar. Oh, Toastmaster Shushanto, yes. Would you like to speak?
Yes.
Great. Thank you for coming forward. Now you have the choice between numbers 1 to 9. What would you like to go with?
I like the 9.
Number 9.
Yeah.
All right. Toastmaster Shushanto. Judging by the current trajectory of events, it seems like humans will one day be going to Mars. Would you like to shift from Earth to Mars? Why or why not? Judging by the current trajectory of events, it seems like humans will one day be going to Mars. Would you like to shift from Earth to Mars? Toastmaster Shushanto.
Thank you, Table Topic Master Toastmaster Hussein Khan. Good evening, everyone. I'll be on the cloud 9 if I got the opportunity to go to the Mars. Why not, friends? Don't you like adventure and changes in the life? Look at the current situation. Where is our art? Is in a deep depression. We are in the pandemic situation. We spoil our art. Let us find out a new place and have fun and have a peaceful life. I always prefer to go for adventure. And I'm really happy and I'm really honored to be a part of the country where the president of the country is encouraging to go to invent the new planet, the red planet. And if I got the opportunity, definitely I'll go for it. And that will be a new Earth where people will have a peaceful life. And this Earth will make a new Earth on the new place. And that will be the beginning of a new life. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Kusenka.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shushanto. An adventure indeed. I hope Elon Musk follows us, FTC, on our social media platform so he can fulfill your wish. Fingers crossed. With that tune of adventure, who would like to try the adventure of a table topic now? Toastmaster.
Yes, Kusenka, can I give it a try? This is Shankar.
Yes, please. Yes, please go ahead. Toastmaster Shankar, you have the choice between topics 1 to 8. What would you like to go with?
Yeah, I would go with topic 1.
1. Very symmetrical choice. I appreciate it. Right, Toastmaster Shankar. Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how." Do you agree? Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how." Do you agree? Toastmaster Shankar.
Good evening, everyone. Toastmaster Kusenka, unfortunately, I couldn't get your face correctly. Is it possible? Can you copy paste your question in the chat box? I'm extremely sorry, I couldn't get the question.
No, sure. 1 second. Let me. Just give me 1 moment.
Apologies for the inconvenience.
No, it's fine. It's a bit wordy. Apologies for that. Here it is.
Because during the table topic contest last year, even I was bold with a very difficult pronunciated question. So I couldn't get the question at all. And I was talking exactly the opposite to that of given topic. So I don't want to.
I would have to agree.
You know, yes.
Here it is. Please take your time reading it.
Yeah. Oh, yes, very good. It's indeed a very good question. That he who has a why to live for can bear almost anyhow. So what it means that preparing ourselves to mitigate any situation, that is what the phrase says. So obviously my answer would be yes, and I'm sure that most of our answer would also be yes, because the one we prepare when we try to challenge ourselves in any of the given situation, why we need, what is the purpose in our life, any decision and any action is driven by the purpose, and the purpose is always a means of rationaling out by why. Why do we do this? Why do we do that? Why not we do the other way around? Why did I join Toastmaster? Why I didn't go to some other place or have a one-on-one tutor to improve our communication skills? And then we will find out a real reasoning that what is the logic, because there is no logic is good or logic is bad. Each and every solution is subject to individuals according to their situation as well as their decision-making capacity. So I would definitely go with, I don't know who is this gentleman, Friedrich Nietzsche, but I hope that this guy is a philosopher who made a very excellent statement. Probably my guess could be wrong, but I would assume that he has made a very rational topic that the people who ask why, they sustain and live and succeed. Thank you, Toastmaster Kusenka, for this wonderful opportunity. Hope I could contribute to the topic to the extent possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shankar. That was a wonderful attempt. And yes, Nietzsche is a German philosopher. You were spot on about that. And thank you for sharing that tidbit that we need to focus on why do we do what it is that we do. I really like that. Moving on, who would like to try? Perhaps a guest now? Mr. Saud Khan, would you like to come up? I see Toastmaster Zainab. Yes, please.
I'm sorry, I'm still new. I'm just trying to understand. That's why I won't be able to speak. I'm
No
so sorry.
problem at all.
Surely next time.
No problem. Thank you. Toastmaster Zainab, yes. You have the options between 2 and 8. What would you like to go for? You're on mute.
I'll go with number 2.
Number 2. Right. Toastmaster Zainab, who has recently inspired or motivated you? It could be someone in your personal life or a public figure. Who has recently inspired or motivated you? It could be someone in your personal life or a public figure. Toastmaster Zainab.
Okay. The person who has inspired me, motivated me, pushed me to my best is my mom. Dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, the person behind every achievement of mine is my mom, because she's the one who has endured all the pain and has went through all the sacrifice just to make me or to have me reach where I am today. And I can see this from her effortless time that she spends just to prepare, what I need to prepare so that, I go through my schooling, my whatever I wanted to go through. She would stay with me through thick and thin. And even though at times we go through failure, and she's the one who gives that encouragement and motivation to get back up and keep going, because life, there is no end to the journeys, to the adventures that is there. And yes, the person who has and has been and will forever be motivating me is my mother. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zainab. I really liked the timeless motivator that you referred to, someone each one of us has. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, we would be moving on to the 4th table topic speaker. Do I see? I see a volunteer, Mr. Abhijit Roy. Yes, please. You have options between 3 and 8. Yes.
3 and number, which number, which other number?
3 to 8. Anything.
Okay, 3 to 8. I'll go for number 4.
Number 4. Let's see. All right. Mr. Abhijit Roy, if given the choice, would you like to live in a world that has no problems? Why or why not? If given the choice, would you like to live in a world that has no problems? Why or why not? Mr. Abhijit Roy.
Can I see the timer, or the timer would be pinned, or what? Who's the timer, by the way?
Toastmaster Patabi, he's raising his hand. He has a yellow background.
All right. Fellow Toastmasters, table topic masters, and to all those who feel that staying in a world full of problems or staying in a world with absolutely no problems. Many of them have heard this word called honeymoon. People go out just after marriage with their loved one, who is your better half. Why do you end up choosing a place wherein you can go spend some quality time in an environment which makes you feel special, makes you feel loved, and there's absolutely no problem? Honeymoon is a word. I would like to break it into 2 halves, honey and moon. Now, if you look at the real definition, of these two words, honey has an absolute abstract of a meaning of sweetness, and moon is somewhere where normal people cannot visit. There's absolute peace. There's absolute silence and sweetness with a place where there is no going to be around is the one where absolutely no trouble, no problems around. Table topic master, you have asked me a very right question at a very right point of time. For the last 1 year, we all have seen how much of problems we have been facing. We have been sitting at our homes, attending virtual Toastmaster meetings, not being able to really meet our fellow colleagues, friends, Toastmasters, and per se, a lot of you have not even visited your own family members. The world is not anymore the same what it used to be before. Every Friday, whenever there used to be holidays, we used to meet our fellow Toastmasters, our friends, our colleagues, our family relatives. But it's not the same because of one pandemic, COVID-19, which has caused so much of havoc everywhere. So being asked a question on a topic which is very sensitive and being choose to go for a place which has absolutely no problem, I certainly would agree to a fact, and not just me, everyone will agree to that matter of fact, that we all will want to be in a better place where the world is more conducive for every one of us. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Mr. Abhijit Roy. I was just thinking that you are a speaker like the moon, always shining, because I remember listening to your educational session, and your thought was as nourishing as honey. So thank you for sharing that with us. I really liked your take on it, despite the fact that I stand on the other end of the spectrum. With this, I would like to ask the timer, do we have room for one more table topic?
Yeah, we can proceed with one more, last one.
Great, thank you so much. Who would like to grab this last opportunity?
Please ask our DP,
Sorry, Mr. President?
our district director, sorry, division director.
Do we have?
So he is not there.
Yes, I can.
Maybe we can ask any one of the guests to come forward.
Maybe our guest Satish Rambali.
Yes, Mr. Satish, would you like to come forward?
Is he there? Otherwise,
No problem.
Babu Hashim, would you like to
Toastmaster
try?
Maher, I see you there. Hello. Would you like to come forward?
Hello, I would have loved to, but there's a lot of background noise around me, so I will not be able to. I'm very sorry.
No problem. No problem. We understand.
Thank you so much.
Let us see. We do.
Ismail here. Team Ismail. I would love
Sure,
to.
Toastmaster Smile, please. Yes. You have the choice from numbers 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. What would you like to go?
I'll go with 3.
Number 3. Let us see. Oh, wonderful. Toastmaster Smile, if you won the lottery tomorrow, what's the first thing that you would do? If you won the lottery tomorrow, what is the first thing that you would do, Toastmaster Smile?
Topic master, thank you so much. So my topic is, if I win lottery, what I'm going to do. Before getting to this point, I would like to share a thing. So there was a very interesting study where they were, with researchers were actually measuring happiness. And what they did was, so they compared people who just won lottery and versus the people who were like fully paralyzed. I think the right term is quadriplegic. Sorry, I might be missing something, but quadriplegic point is they were paralyzed beyond their neck. Beneath their neck. So now you can imagine that this is someone who has like probably at one point no hope, that you can imagine the desperation, the pain and all that. So these were the two extremes which were being measured. The happiness. And there was one very astonishing observation or finding by the researchers. 1 year after these events, like the winning the lottery and getting into accident, which caused you losing your control of the body. 1 year after that, defining event, the level of happiness was almost same in both groups. Can you imagine? The level of happiness was same. So here is someone who won a lottery. Probably he had all the resources for all their dreams which they ever thought or wanted. And on the other side, this is group who actually lost almost everything. So the point is, happiness doesn't depend on the money. Happiness doesn't depend on the lottery. This is what I have learned. So I would be excited, I would say, but I don't have any such plans that what I really want to do once I am the lottery winner. So with that, thank you so much. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ismail. I have to confess, I used to look into, I was one of those people who used to aspire to win the Mushrik Millionaires and stuff like that long ago. Feels like a lifetime ago, but thank you for sharing that. This reminds me that I follow a blog post of someone who has ALS and they too are paralyzed and cannot speak. And this person's sentiments mirror yours. With this, the table topic session comes to an end. And thank you so much for having me tonight. This was my level 3, project 2. I really enjoyed doing it. And I would like to hand the session back over to our TMOD, Toastmaster for those.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Hussain. I think on all the table topic speakers, they slayed completely. So moving on, I would request the timer to please give his report.
Yeah, just in brief, all of them are qualified, so you can involve all the tabletop speaker for the voting.
Yes. So the link will be shared. So please kindly vote for the best table topic speaker. Okay, so moving on to the theme. So now let's talk about something called as flow. So in this book called, in this book Ikigai, the authors, that is this Hector Garcia and Francis Millis, they have made an observation of these professionals of Japan. And they have this very high level of perseverance and they get completely absorbed into the task that they're doing. And they give thorough attention to details. And they are very good at combining technology with nature. And it is also research proven that the happiest people are not the ones who achieve the most, but they are the ones who spend more time in a state of flow. So what is the state of flow? State of flow is basically, a state of mind where we are fully and positively involved in a task, so much so that we get completely cut off from the world. In Japan, you can see that, the elderly people, they sometimes have these vegetable gardens and they pay so much attention and they give so much care to grow vegetables. And even children, they take so good care of their classrooms. Once they finish their schools in the evening, they're making sure that everything is in order. They're making it clean, spick and span, and leaving it for the next day. And in car companies, it seems like in Toyota, there are some highly skilled people, and they are known as Takumi. You can read about this, very interesting. And these Takumis, they spend hours together perfecting a special set of skills. And they become very indispensable to the company. And they have their final say in the product. And they are also responsible for the success of the company. So these Takumis are very highly skilled individuals and very invaluable for their companies. It seems in Toyota, even these Takumis, they are capable of making a screw, a special type of screw from their hand. And these Takumis are not only found there, but in various aspects of different fields in Japan. And I heard that even Steve Jobs, he was once so impressed by a porcelain that was made by Takumi, which he purchased from a city of Kyoto, that he went back to Japan again and again to learn about this process. No wonder Steve Jobs was such a perfectionist, and it reflected in his work. So basically, what we all can learn through is that in order to when we are good at something and in order to be better at it, we have to constantly keep practicing and continually perfect ourselves, just like in Toastmasters. So moving on, we have the next session, and that is the evaluation session. And we have the general evaluator and his team who's going to overlook the performance of all the duties. And to perform this role, we have a newly elected president, and he's an MBA and engineer with over 25 years of experience. He's an excellent evaluator, a fine gentleman, and a passionate Toastmaster, and it's none other than Toastmaster Sudhakar. Toastmaster Sudhakar, I welcome you and hand over the role of General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fidos. Good evening, all. I hope all are enjoying our session today. What a wonderful way to begin with learning more about Japan. It's nice. To speak more about my role today, General Evaluator, for the benefit of the guests, we have 3 sessions as explained in the beginning of the meeting by Toastmaster Firdaus. The first one is the project speeches. Second one, which was just concluded, is the table topic session. And now we are on the last and final session of this meeting, which is the evaluation session. In this session, we will evaluate all the role players, all the speeches, and how we have done in this meeting. So the result will be out in a short while. To help with me in my role, I have a team of experts, I should say, who are basically fellow Toastmasters, who will be helping me in evaluating the project speeches. And first evaluator today for the icebreaker speech is Toastmaster Reshmi. I would like to request Toastmaster Reshmi to come forward for evaluating the icebreaker speech of Toastmaster Mejun.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, once again, good evening to all of you. Also, a special good evening to Toastmaster Mezun. Toastmaster Mezun, congratulations for completing your very first project in Toastmaster journey. You really slayed the eyes of your public speaking tonight. I request the fellow members of Toastmasters to kindly stand up in your position, if possible, and give Toastmaster Mezun a big round of applause. Thank you, fellow team. As a famous Japanese saying, a journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. Congratulations on taking your first big step. Your speech was enjoyable. I like the title you given to your speech, that strength in the experience of pain. That really made the day. Using self-depreciating humor about your name called by your friends as Miss Calendar, you captured the attention of your audience. Also, you keep the audience engaged with your humor, that the incidents while traveling to UAE, that in the flight itself. Normally it is difficult to incorporate humor in your first project speeches. Normally experts can do that thing, but you made it. That you really show the presence of mind. Also, you slayed your nervousness at the very first speech itself. You well explained your place. You also explained the hardships you experienced in your first job place and how you manage and become excel there with the help of your senior, and well narrated your gratitude by nature. Also, you well explained the mental struggle that you experienced while leaving the country, and the difficulties at the primary stage of your work, that with the language, the stress level, and how your friend helped you. Of course, it is a real friend, I'll say, indeed, that make you to speak in the English to improve your language skills. All over your speech, you punch your points to be a better person for tomorrow, shall be respected always, improving the career, that everywhere you punch your whatever the points you mark. You have a nice flow of speech. Also, my voice is breaking. I got a message like that. Is it clear now?
Now better.
Okay. Yeah. Also, you never show any nervousness throughout your speech, and you have a smile always in your face that shows you always slate your fear. You have a very good level of energy and have a great confidence level. That is excellent. Even though you maintain the eye contact always. Little more work we need to do that in that area, because in between I felt that it lost. You have a better clarity on your speech. Also, you try to make pauses in your future speeches because that flow level we can maintain. Also, I'm eager to hear more about your childhood days and the school college days. So that I miss. No matter, we will incorporate that in your future speeches. Overall, it is an amazing speech. Engage audience with humor, awareness, punch the points with very clarity. Excellent job. I wish to hear more and more energetic and humorous speeches in future. You really slayed tonight, and tonight my takeaway is strength in the experience of pain. Over to you, generally evaluated.
Very good evaluation, Toastmaster Reshmi. I will come back to you on that. Next, we have evaluator number 2 for project speech number 2 by Toastmaster Arif. The evaluator is none other than Toastmaster Pavanesh Jain. Over to you, Toastmaster Pavanesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudhakar, and a special thanks to Toastmaster Arif for giving the slate performance today. It was really like in your 5 to 7 minute speech, we could able to see the slate event, how the event might have gone. By seeing this, I could not able to attend the event, but we could imagine that how well the event might have gone because by explaining all the details and all. So this is called the true aptly managed event. You started your speech with the quote by Peter Tucker, and then you just said that, okay, plan something and manage something. Then you explain the event because this, as per the speech, project speech, you have to share the impact, you have to share the organization details. So you share the event names, like you were the Area 49 contest chair, you share the date, the event was there on March 5th. After that, you started with the planning. That is the main part of the planning because any event is successful, you need the planning. So you share the views that, okay, you started much before the event, and then you shared the main thing is the Zoom masters. Like you had 3 Zoom masters and you were rehearsing like many times. So that is really good. Any event to be successful, it has to be rehearsed many times. You have like all the role players were there. You just shared the like judges, telecounter. You maintain all the sequence of Zoom master event, and just after that, you just share that how the pronunciation works in the Toastmasters. Like you have to have a good pronunciation. All the script was ready, but you have to rehearse many times. You shared that all the Korean, like Kenyan people, Indian and Iranian people were there, so you have to rehearse. That was really good part of the planning. Like if you are managing any event, you have to look from all the aspects. And I am sure you just did all the homework and you just shared very beautifully the events, all the script. It was really very good, and we could able to visualize how well the events might have. Coming on the improvement point, I have only few suggestions. One important point is like your hand movement. Always you have both the hand movement together, always. And this is although it's a requirement, but sometimes it's like distracting. Every time you are just having both the events together like that. So just sometimes you can free up that one. And the second point was like you just saw the timer roll that I already yellow time is there and your time was exceeding. So just you missed the improvement part. Actually, any event to have like to take away from the events, you just mention only one point, that remain flexible. But you could have shared that, okay, these are the lesson learned from the events and we could improve further on this event. This point just only the improvement points. Overall, I could say that the event you managed the event very nicely, and I could visualize it was like very good events, managed very well. Your clarity was there. The main thing, vocal variety and clarity was too good. And you had a gestures. Although I mentioned some improvement point,
but we had a good gestures, and we could able to connect all the persons together. And we were just thrilled to know that what will happen, what is going to happen in the event next. That overall it was very good, and I would like to congratulate Toastmaster RF for completing its level 5 event project, and I'm looking forward to listen more such good speeches from you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pavanesh. That's simple and crisp evaluation. Now it's time for our timers report. Toastmaster Patabi, please come forward.
Thank you very much again. Now, with the help of everyone, I think we are on time. We already managed to cope up with the time. So both the evaluators are qualified. Both of them exactly took 3 minutes and 13 seconds. That's the beauty. I don't know how come they coincidentally got this, both in the same time. So that's all from my side, and I'm looking forward we can finish the meeting on time.
Thank you very much, to Toastmaster Patabi. I think after I joined the Toastmasters, this is the first time where both the evaluators has completely utilized the time and spot on. 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Beautiful. I will never forget this day. And next is voting for the best evaluator. Can we have the voting machine, please? Yes, it is on.
It's done. We can start.
Thank you. Get ready to be slayed. Each and every one of you, how you have used the word slay in today's meeting. I would like to request Toastmaster Shushanto with his word report. Toastmaster Shushanto.
Hi, good evening, everyone, once again. It was a fantastic day today to use this word slay. I just want to show you, share the file. I had issues. So today in the house, we have 16 times. You can see against the name that the maximum used by Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Firdaus. And most of them use, against the name you can see it. I want to give a round robin session if timer can allow me. I want to give an opportunity who have not got the opportunity to use this word. Can I have a 1 minute timer?
Please proceed, sir.
Thank you. I would request.
EM Sushanta, can you please unshare so that we can see all the.
Yeah, give me a moment. Yep. I request guest, Mr. Babu, if you can try the use this word with a simple sentence.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Yep. So the name is it's a slave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I take the opportunity as used by Mr. Ismail Sultan. If I got the lottery, so what I do? As Mr. Ismail Sultan said that I would like to
give the 50% of the money to the needies and who needs for the educational. The rest of the 50% I used to transfer to my girlfriend. I believe so. This is the best way to slay my girlfriend.
Thank you for nice attempt.
Thank you.
Okay, next I would request Satish, if you can take the opportunity to have one simple sentence with the word slay. Are you there?
Yes, yeah, I'm there. I'm here only, but I don't know.
Try, give a try.
Give it a try. Give it a try. I can give a clue. The first time you saw your wife.
What?
Try yourself. This is a platform where you can try, and there is no harm in trying.
What I have to say now, I'm very confused because this is the first time I'm participating in a public speech.
You can say that you are just slayed before because of this new opportunity.
Yeah, I thank you for your presence, and I am sure that you are going to use this word, even if we don't use this word. But I'm sure this will penetrate in your mind in future, and you will be able to use this word.
Yeah, sure.
And I will take one more chance that I have not heard from guest Nirzara.
Hi, good evening again. And I'm really very thankful to all of you Toastmaster team for inviting me as a guest, and I am really slayed the way you invited me. Thank you so much again.
Thank you. And I'll take one more. Saud Khan, are you there?
Hi, good evening, guys. I was slayed away by Mizun's communication skill because I know since last 3 years she's been working with me as an engineer. What I found her to be in the office, really shy, quiet girl, not talking much to anyone, being in her cabin itself. Today it was shocking and slaying moment for me, seeing her slaying communication skills. I'm so happy, and thanks to you all Toastmaster members. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, thank you everyone. I had a target to reach 20 and I achieved it. Thank you to timer, and thank you General Villager. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sushanta. Indeed, this is a new target. You have made a new benchmark. Using the word of the day 20 times in Toastmasters meeting, it is a record, I believe. I think this will be our data from the next meeting. I'm sure we should follow this. Thank you for your innovative number. Next, we will be slayed again by our accountant and grammarian report by Toastmaster Ismail Sultan. Toastmaster Ismail, the stage is yours.
Thank you, TM Sudhakar. Now I'm going to present a report for the grammarian and accountant row. First, I'm pleased to report that overall I saw very good usage of language, and generally like grammar was good. There was good usage of grammar as well. I would like to highlight a few good things which I noted first. So there was a phrase used, scintillating speaker by TMOD. And likewise, there was a use of phrase flared performance by EM Bhavnesh. So I like that in particular. Now, I would like to mention what I think are areas of improvement. So we noticed use of phrases or sentences like he speak I think that should have been in the context of presentation, context of speech that was he spoke. Likewise, I observe versus I observed, I take versus I took. And I also noticed one sentence, maybe you will accept with me. I think this should be, maybe you'll agree with me, something around like that. Regarding use of filler sounds, overall, I think there wasn't much use of that. What I noticed here is, I'll just quickly go through that, go through the list. So for Maison, I think overall you had an excellent speech. This was your first speech, so I think you have done well. But maybe you can just go through the video. Just you used filler sounds, filler sounds repeatedly. So maybe you want to just go through the video as an area of improvement for the next time. There was use of twice by TM Arif, I think once by TM Shankar, and I think once by TM Sainab. So that would be it. Thank you so much. Over to you, TM Sudhakar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ismail. Indeed, it's a very good observations. Now comes my report of the meeting. I would like to start with the networking session. I think slowly we are improving on the networking sessions as well. The interaction with the new guests and helping each other, it is more and more improving in our club. I haven't been to other clubs, but we are growing as a club. That I can see it. That's very nice. Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Pattabhiram. Very nice. He did it apt. The club mission was read out. He gave a chance to others who can remember, and Toastmaster Mahendran being the president, very nice gesture. He defined the taboo topics and general rules very well explained. Indeed, Toastmaster Pattabi did his role very well. Next is the president's message. Guest introduction was superb. Today we have a lot of guests. That is very nice. It's promising. There is one observation for the guests particularly. When you are talking, please open your videos. It is not only about the words, we also observe the face expressions, the gestures, everything. So everything will be monitored and everything has a room for improvement. So please open your videos and move on. Next, the president told about the annual newsletter. I would like to remind everybody to please work on it. New XCOM team, very good with Toastmaster Sushanto and Toastmaster Rafiqullah coming forward to fill up the vacant posts. Of course, President, as usual, he is good at his job. Next comes the most important role of the day, TMOD. She slayed her role. There is no doubt about it. She takes up any role, she just slays it. Unfortunately, we will be missing her. I hope she may join us virtually in the future. Coming to the topic theme of the day, brilliant theme. We have to learn a lot from Japanese. That is very clear. I am sure even the recent news came out about the high-speed Japanese train being delayed by 1 minute. The importance of time. I am a big fan of time. Yeah. We have to learn a lot from Japanese, and one of the most important thing which we can learn is Ikigai, very well explained by Toastmaster fellows. Next is the role of the timer. Very well done, job done perfectly. He has a dual role, but he did both the roles perfectly. Word Master Sushanto, superb. As I told you earlier, we have a new benchmark for our FTC. We will keep living with that. We have to live with it. Next is accounter and grammarian, Toastmaster Ismail. Very good observations. Very well done. I have an observation for you. You have to improve on your accounters. It will slowly and gradually improve, there is no doubt, but it will take time, for all time. Now coming to the project speeches, I think we have already the evaluation sessions, but only one observation from my side for Toastmaster May, June. In your project, you have said about your experience in UAE in the first 1 week. Whatever situation you have during that period, it will be the same during your first project as well. That is what I can see. And believe me, how you have improved yourself in 3 years in your job, in 1 year, you will see yourself improving in Toastmasters. That is a guarantee I can give. On behalf of all our club members. Toastmasters Arif, level 5, excellent. And coming to the nightingale of Fujairah Toastmasters, I hope you know whom I am speaking about. Yes, our dearest nightingale, Toastmaster Hussein. The less we speak, the better it is, because she takes us to a different level of enjoyment. The way she speaks itself is highly spoken about, not only in Toastmasters FTC, but everywhere. And the topics were very good. I like the topics. It would have been better if there are a little bit short sentences instead of longer sentences. And all the speakers were very good. Toastmaster Sushanto, Shankar, Jainab, Abjit Roy. He's a specialist, I believe, in speaking. We know it. And lastly, but Toastmaster Ismail, very good table topics we had. Toastmaster Reshmi, the evaluator number 1. She is improving on her speed. From the beginning, I had a observation about her speed of speaking. She is getting better and better and better. I'm very happy for her. You are doing good, Toastmaster Reshmi. And our senior Toastmaster Pavnish Jain. Of course, I'm not so much qualified to speak about him. He did his role with ease. That is how you should do. Evaluation, the sandwich method he had used. Of course, he has been very critical, but those are very important for us to grow. Thank you, Toastmaster Pavnish, for your valuable inputs. And that's all from me today. I would like to hand over to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Firdaus.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudhakar, and I think you slayed the general evaluator role as usual. So moving on to the theme, I would like to talk about some lifestyle rules which the people of Japan follow. In the book, they specifically talk about the people living in Okinawa, that's an island in Japan. And these people, they are known for their longevity and their happy life. So I'm sure this can inspire all of us, and it help us to find also our ikigai by incorporating this into our lifestyle so that we can improve and enhance our well-being. So there are many, but I picked 5 because these are the ones which really inspired me. The first one is the Okinawan diet. So their diet, it comprises of 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. And they rarely eat sugar. and they take very little salt. They drink lots of green tea, and they follow a principle that is known as harahachi. So that means they eat up to 80% of their capacity, but never too full. And whenever they eat food, they always savor it. They eat it slowly. They chew it completely. And they also believe in eating food in smaller plates so that they consume lesser calories. So that was about their diet. The second thing is they always like to surround themselves with friends. So they always like to meet up with friends, share, the experience of life, and also like to learn from their advices. And they also are so interesting. They like to also pool some financial resources to bail out if any of their friend is in any kind of difficulty. So friends, it's always proven they always have a positive impact on our life, sometimes also more than our family, but not Facebook friends. I'm talking about real friends. The other thing, the third point that I would like to speak about them is that they are always smiling. They are cheerful and make sure they smile. And there's nobody who can endorse smile better than me, because I, being a dentist, I completely endorse smiling, because smiling is not something that, the other person is going to look at you and say that, hey, that's a happy person. It's not only that, it also has a positive effect on yourself, because it lowers your blood pressure, makes you self-assured, makes you a confident person. And even the other people who are looking at you, they perceive you as somebody who's trustworthy, somebody who is, extrovert, and also a generous person. So smile often. The next point is the fourth point, that is reconnecting with nature. This is something what the Okinawans do. And it seems that most of them have vegetable garden, and they like to grow their vegetables. And even after their retirement, they have something to look up for getting up every day and to take care of their vegetable garden. So once they grow, they already produce, and they go to the market and they sell it. So this way they are connecting with nature, and as well as they are connecting with their community. Isn't that wonderful? And always connecting with nature, it gives us that calmness. It helps us to be more resilient in life. That's what I feel. Because if you see, most of the people who are living in the society, is living in the city, and they are cut off from the nature, they get into this rat race. And then what happens is they become stressful and anxious. So time and again, it's very important to reconnect with nature. And the last point is gratitude. They always pay gratitude for the smallest of the details. Even when they've got a harvest or something, they get together and they really enjoy and thank their gods for that wonderful harvest. And gratitude is known to give us all happiness. And it also reduces the stress. Having this optimism, it boosts these immunity building cells, in the body. So that's where gratitude is very important. And it's a very easy way for all of us to practice gratitude is through developing a journal where we can write one or two things that we can be grateful about. So this book, Ikigai, I would recommend to all of you, and especially for people who are confused about what they want to do in life and they want to find a direction as to where they want to head towards. And I'm sure with this information, I hope when I meet you next time, you can tell me what is your Ikigai. Now it's time to hand over the session to our president, Toastmaster Mahendran, to please kindly conduct the rest of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster President. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Firdaus. Wow, what a slayed session today. It's indeed amazing, and each Toastmasters are really amazing. They give their whole heart support, I could say, the justice to their role. I would like to members recognition, and I just want to launch a poll for the best role player. Today, we have most important person in Fujairah Toastmasters, in Division K Toastmaster. He always young, evergreen, he can have a smile, very energetic, enthusiastic. We called him as a Talaiva, Rashtrika. He's a very young guy who always be passionate and support at any time. We were waiting for him from the whole year, and he was appeared. This is the second time. I really thank to our Division K Director, DTM Nagarajan, to be with us and give your opinion of today's session, sir. The stage is yours.
First, you slayed me. Secondly, TMOD slayed me. The way in which she has done the research work and meticulously presented, that is what more important, without referring to the notes. And in fact, today I got more information about Ikigai. Though some time ago I read it and somebody was in the speech, but today elaborately she explained, which is very useful information for me too. Inshallah, I will also use some of Ikigai principles and way of life. I will try something. Very good.
Thank you very much.
Kudos to doctors. But the one I like is our word master role today. He kept the target 20. Actually, it should have been apt 21 because there are 21 members were there. So you should have kept 21 times should have been used instead of 20. Very good. This is called innovative and creative way of making the people to use it. I used it also probably one in the chat box because that time since I was not called, I put it in the chat box. Nevertheless, very good. So which almost all your role players, Fujairah, I would always say, is like a benchmark for many clubs, not only in your 47 area, but throughout also, because you are the first club to achieve the 10 points. You are the first club to release a newsletters quarterly, even when some of the other clubs are struggling to release even half yearly or once in a year too. But you are giving the examples, how to coordinate and get the release. And a couple of weeks ago, I saw Toastmaster, what is his gentleman name? Creating creative newsletter education session I attended through the MS Publishing, which was very useful. Even from the district, they asked me to share the links, which I got it from Kanti and gave it. So everybody was very much appreciative of the Fujairah Toastmasters giving such education session, which was very useful, not only the Toastmasters to create newsletters, but also in their career too. Because in the offices, there are several times they assist the internal newsletters teams and all. So this session was very useful to them. Overall, I would say Fujairah Toastmasters is a flag bearer for the Division K and also a benchmark for many clubs. I am personally very happy that this year Fujairah was just sweeping all the awards in the education side or in the leadership side also. Congratulations to the Fujairah Toastmasters, which is one of the best clubs in the Division K, and I'm very happy, I'm very proud of it too. Now, moving forward, I was requesting our president also some extra efforts. I would say, let us walk extra miles in the Toastmasters. Division District wants to get this Medley Distinguished District Award. Currently, there are only 3 districts in the world are getting this Medley Distinguished Award, which means how many number of payments we make to the TMI. There are each year targets, like we have got 20 points, 10 points, like that, 13,800 payments to be made by the District 105. Now we are left, last month, we have left with some 1,353 were pending, some 10 days ago. Now today it is 1,200, 1,179. Each club can add few members, dual or reinstatement, those who left only for the 4 months, June, July, August, September, $7.50 per month. For 4 months, $30, equivalent to dirhams 105. Just let us help our district to get this prestigious, coveted award from the Toastmasters International. Okay, it has nothing to do with the club. It has nothing to do with the area, nothing to do with the division. But like I studied in the DPS or Indian High School. When Indian High School gets an award, I also feel proud of it. Yes, this is a school where I studied and it has been awarded by the Sheikh Hamdan Award for being the excellence in the education. I feel proud. Same thing if the District 105 gets it, we all should feel proud of it, being the member of the District 105 family. Try your best. Try to add more dual members or reinstatement members. Inshallah, we will get the award for this year too. Thank you, President Mahendran and Toastmaster Arivalagan and your TMOD and all the members and the beautiful guests today for the wonderful opportunity you have given to me also. And also, I share my wholehearted happiness by attending this meeting today. Good luck for best wishes to you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, our Division K, DK Nagarajan sir, for being with us today and enlighten us and use-led us, to be frank. We are very happy to be here with you. So, dear guest, how are you feel? Means how do you feel about today's session?
Mr. Mahendran, it was really, can I?
Yes, please.
It was really interesting and I really enjoying it. Hope to learn a lot of grammatical communication skills.
Good. We are really happy to hear from you. And this is the right platform, I could say. Please join as early as possible so that you will get nourished with this. Thank you for being with us today. So each session you will get a lot of takeaways and definitely you turn your life. You can just like introspections. You introspect yourself and how you performed last week and how you are performing today. That's the beauty of the Toastmasters platform, and definitely you will get a lot of insights and improvement from the Toastmasters club. Yeah. Anyone I would like to call the guest again? Satish Vempali.
Yeah. Yes. Today is my first day in this session in this club, and you all people doing very well. And you are the Toastmasters club members are slay me today.
Good. Very good. Good usage of the language. I really appreciate, and we wish to see you in our upcoming meetings.
Yeah, sure.
Madam Nirjara, are you here?
Sorry. Yes, I'm here. Just impressive. I was slayed by the word master, the way how he was keeping track and was really pushing to have people, even those who have not said the word of the day. He came back and he pushed people to say it, and this was really impressive. And also with the word, at the table topic master, Toastmaster Hussein, she did a terrific job in writing, making it fun, right? You have to pick a number, and from there we had to talk about the topic that was mentioned. Overall, I really enjoyed the session. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to join this session and learn. And the TMOD just slayed me as well. Just everything was well put. All the best, Fujairah Toastmaster Club. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters Zainab Tamimi, for being with us. We would like to see you again and again in our Toastmasters club.
Definitely.
Yes. Madam, we have one more Nirjara Vista.
She'll come forward. Abhijit is there. Abhijit Roy, we can call.
Yes, yes, Toastmaster Abhijit. Yes. Toastmaster Abhijit.
Yeah, I'll be available. That's all.
Okay. Okay, so dear Toastmasters and fellow guests, thank you for being with us. This is the time to appreciate our member for their effort and support towards the club and the club growth. I would like to appreciate the first Toastmaster, that is Mezun, who does his icebreaker speech. I would like to request all the Toastmasters, please stand and give a thundering applause to the Mezun for his wonderful effort to give her icebreaker speech. Thank you so much. The best role player is none other than our TMOD Ikigai Toastmaster Firdaus Fatima. The best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Abhijit Roy. The best evaluator is Toastmaster Reshmi Sujata Nair. And we have two speakers, and as I said before, we can give justice for two extreme side. So I congratulate both for their wonderful project speech and support today's session. So with that, as a president, I disclose the meeting is end. Thank you so much for being with us and have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Yo.